It started like any ordinary summer afternoon. A few teenagers, a friendly visit, and a plan to make colorful tie-dye shirts. But within minutes, a scream broke the quiet neighborhood air, and what should have been a carefree day turned into a courtroom drama before Judge Judy. The case of Shaw versus Charity's owner began in Judge Judy's courtroom with the same familiar buzz of curiosity that fills the air whenever people know something wild is about to unfold. In her sharp, no-nonsense voice, Judge Judy looked straight at the plaintiff, Ms. Shaw, then turned to the defendant, a woman sitting tensely beside her teenage son. The plaintiff's daughter sat quietly, her arm bandaged, her eyes cautious but steady. It was clear from the first moment, this wasn't just about a dog bite. It was about truth, accountability, and the sharp bite of judgment that would follow. Ms. Shaw, Judge Judy began crisply, "This is your daughter?" "Yes," Ms. Shaw said, her tone respectful. "The defendant's dog. That would be your dog." "Ma'am," bit Ms. Shaw's daughter, Judge Judy continued, turning to the defendant. "Yes," the woman replied softly. Judge Judy raised an eyebrow. "And you weren't there when it happened?" The woman hesitated. "I was upstairs." "So you didn't see it happen?" Judy pressed. "No, I did not." "Then you weren't there when your dog bit this girl," Judge Judy said flatly. The woman shifted uncomfortably. "Not when it actually happened, no. But your son was there," Judge Judy continued. "Yes," she replied, glancing at her teenage boy. "So whatever you wrote in your statement, that came from your son?" "Yes," Judge Judy nodded, her mind already dissecting the inconsistencies. "Fine. Let's start from the beginning." The courtroom was still. Even the usual background whispers from the audience seemed to fade as Judy's tone grew sharper. "Where did you get this dog?" "From Underdog Rescue," the woman replied. "And the dog is a pit bull," Judy said, more as a fact than a question. "Yes. And how old was the dog when you got her?" "About 2.5 years old." "Mm-hmm," Judge Judy muttered. Then with precision she turned to the boy. "What's your name?" "Talik," he answered nervously. "Okay, Talik," she said. "Tell me how you know this young lady. From school." "She's a friend," he said. "And your dog bit her on which date?" He looked blank. "I don't remember." Before he could add more, Ms. Shaw's daughter softly said, "June 13th. Judge Judy nodded approvingly. "June 13th. Good. Now, before June 13th, how many times had she been to your house?" "Maybe 2 or 3 times, he said. "Speak up," Judy demanded. "Otherwise, I'll make you come sit closer, and trust me, that's not where you want to be." He straightened quickly. 2 or 3 times. "So they came to pick you up sometimes?" "Yes." "And how long have you had your dog?" "About 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. So the dog's been there every time?" "Yeah, but they didn't really see her before," a voice interrupted. "Yes, I did," said the injured girl. Judge Judy raised her hand sharply. "Don't speak unless I ask you to." The girl nodded, silent again. Turning back, Judy asked, "Had you ever seen the dog before that day?" "Yes," the girl said when prompted. "How many times?" "Once." "And when was that?" "A couple of days before the 13th. "Tell me what happened then," Judy said. "We went to the beach, me, Talik, and my friend Savannah. When we dropped him off, we wanted to see his dog. I'd never met her before. I just petted her for a second, that's all." "Was the dog on a leash?" "Yes, outside. His dad had her." Judge Judy turned to the defendant's husband. "So you were holding the dog?" "I didn't have to hold her," he said confidently. "She was attached to the house. A leash that clips outside." "So the dog was secured," Judy confirmed. "Controlled," he said proudly. "I could control her with a snap of my fingers." "Control," Judy repeated slowly, her expression icy. "Good, so the dog had a leash." "No issues, fine." Then she leaned forward, her tone tightening. "Now, on June 13th, what were you doing at his house?" The girl explained, "We walked there to get a shirt for him to tie-dye." "Tie-dye?" Judge Judy repeated, half amused, half unimpressed. "Yes, ma'am," she said shyly. Talik spoke next. "We were going to tie-dye shirts at Savannah's house. I was ahead of them on my bike. I went inside to grab my shirt." Judge Judy nodded. "So you entered the house, went upstairs to your dad's room, got the shirt, and came back down." "Yes." "And what happened when you came downstairs?" "I called for Charity, that's my dog, to come down too," he said. You called your pit bull to come downstairs? Judy repeated slowly. While your friends were outside? Yes. And what did you do next? I went into the kitchen to get something to eat. Judge Judy frowned. You went to get a snack while your friends waited outside the front door? Yes. Did you get your snack? No. So you went into the kitchen? For nothing. Yes. Then what? I went to the front door to put Charity on her leash, he said. And why did you do that suddenly? There was nothing to eat, he muttered. Did the dog bark? No. So you're telling me, Judy said slowly, you went into the kitchen for a snack, didn't get one, left your phone there, and for no reason walked to the front door to leash your dog? He nodded nervously. Yes. Judy said skeptically. We'll come back to that. Then she turned to the girl. You and Savannah were outside, right? Yes. Was there a porch? Yes. Screen door or open door? The main door was open. Only the screen door was closed. Got it, Judy said. Tell me what happened next. The girl's voice trembled slightly as she spoke. The dog jumped on the screen door and pushed it open. She came straight at me, bit my arm, then my leg when I tried to run. I fell on the grass. And you needed stitches for both bites? Yes. Judge Judy looked at her sternly, then turned back to the boy. So by the time you got to the door, the dog was already outside? Yes. Already attacked her? Yes. Thank you. That's what I needed to know. Then she turned her sharp gaze on the defendant. Ma'am, you claimed in your counterstatement that these girls were tormenting your dog, kicking the door and provoking it. Did you personally see that? No, but my son told me. Your son, Judy interrupted, just testified that by the time he got there, the dog was already outside and had already bitten her. Which means your claim is nonsense. The woman's face flushed red. But they took my dog away. She wasn't dangerous, she was protective. Judge Judy leaned forward, voice cutting through the air like a blade. Protective? A 17-year-old girl got mauled on your porch. Your dog wasn't protecting anyone. She broke through a screen door and attacked without warning. That's not protection, wait, that's aggression. The defendant tried again. They were making noise. No, Judy snapped. Your son didn't hear barking, he didn't hear taunting, he didn't see any of that. What makes sense and what's true is that he heard a commotion, realized something was wrong, and by the time he got to the door, your dog had already attacked. That's what woke him up from his little snack break. Ms. Shaw's daughter sat quietly, her mother's hand gently resting on hers. Judge Judy took a deep breath, then spoke calmly but firmly. This is not a mystery, ma'am. This is negligence. You had a pit bull, a powerful animal, unsecured near children. You knew people were at the door. You didn't control your dog properly. End of story, the defendant's voice cracked. But they took Charity away. I want her back. Or at least the money she was worth. Judy's eyebrows shot up. You're countersuing for $1,500 for the dog that bit a teenage girl and was taken by animal control? Yes. Unbelievable, Judy muttered. She glanced toward her bailiff, Bird. You hearing this? Loud and clear, Bird said dryly. Judy turned back. Your son told me everything I needed to know. The dog was unprovoked. The attack was sudden. And you, as the owner, are responsible. Not your son, not the weather, not the girls outside. You, she turned to Ms. Shaw. Your daughter required stitches? Yes, Your Honor. Dr. Bills? Yes, ma'am. Emotional trauma? Yes. Judgment for the plaintiff, Judy declared. $5,000. The gavel came down with a satisfying crack. Your counterclaim, she added coldly, is dismissed. You don't get a cent. And if you ever own another pit bull, I hope you learn what the word control really means. The courtroom was silent for a moment. Then, as the bailiff announced the case closed, murmurs filled the room again. Outside, in the post-show interview, Ms. Shaw spoke softly. I just wanted justice for my daughter. I'm not against dogs, I love animals. But people need to be responsible. My child still has scars. This wasn't just an accident. On the other side, the defendant shook her head. Charity was a good dog. She just got scared. I still think she was protecting us. But even as she said it, her voice carried no conviction. The truth had already been sliced open in Judge Judy's courtroom. And the verdict, as like always, was sharp, swift, and final. As the lights dimmed and the audience filed out, the case left one thing crystal clear. In Judge Judy's courtroom, excuses crumble fast, but the truth once spoken bites harder than any pit bull ever could.